Welcome to Varsity Voices Football. I'm Jeff DiVeronica, here to talk some football with our football guy, James Johnson, right here. On my far right is Coach Rob Cerone from Greece Athena, and the quarterback that's making the plays all year long, Tavon Granison from the Trojans. Guys, welcome to the studio.
Thanks for having us.
You guys have had a phenomenal season, 10-0, number one seed in Class A. And Tavon, the whole motto was finish. And you guys finished. First time for an Athena team since 1981. What has the last few days been like since you've been crowned a Section 5 champion?
Well, since we've been crowned Section 5 champions, the last few days have been great. We've all been, we just want to be around each other because we all won it together, so we feel like it's not over yet. We could live it down a little longer and just spend time with each other.
Rob, it's 35-14 over Brighton, the number 2 seed. This was a game that people, you'd beaten them once before. Were there any surprises in this thing that
I don't think there really were. We thought that Cunningham's going to get his carries, and we were going to try to really bracket him and keep him to 3 yards. If we could do that. I was more worried about the quarterback, and he hurt us. He's a good runner. He's shifty and elusive at McDonald. So he hurt us a couple times, but we bent, but we didn't break. And I thought that was, we gave him a short field the one time when they scored on us. And we were confident we were going to be able to move the ball. And then hopefully we're going to be able to finish drives, and we were able to do that. So, and make some big plays. He made some big plays, and that's the difference.
After the game, it seemed like a very emotional scene. You had your father there. Can you kind of remember?
Yeah, absolutely. That was like, I used to be on the committee where I'd sit up top and I'd pick the awards. And this is when I was a JV coach, and I think, geez, that'd be cool someday to get one of those. Then I got the head job, and when you first get the job, you think, well, definitely we'll win a sectional title. And it's tough. Right? I had some good teams, but Webster was winning state championships, and then Aquinas came into our, we dropped down to A, and then Aquinas was in A, and they were a really strong team, and a couple tough hurdles we couldn't get over. So to have it happen was really something special for my family, definitely, no question about it. And I was able to, with about 3 to 4 minutes going a game, I'm thinking this is going to happen. So I was able to compose a little bit. My dad was really emotional, but that was
Rob's
really
dad
cool.
Dick Cerone, Section 5 president, and he obviously a huge part of not only just Section 5, but state football and developing the state football tournament. So, and I think you said to me on the radio over the weekend, you saw your dad hand that trophy to a lot of people over the years.
Absolutely, yeah.
What was it emotional for you?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Did you cry?
You know what? I told you, I had time to compose. Thank God it wasn't a game that went right down to the wire, because I was prepping myself. He's going to hand me the trophy. I've been thinking about this since I started coaching, 30 years. So. I was choked up, and I saw him, and he couldn't say a word. And I was able to speak a little bit and say, "Dad, I finally did it. You can hand me the trophy. Isn't this cool?" I hugged him, and he couldn't get anything out, But it was a special moment. People captured it. I got video. I got tons of video clips and messages, text sending, with pictures of that moment. So that was, it's like I told my wife after. It's like the day I got married, and I had the 3 kids. We have 3 kids. That's like the next one in line is some of the most special moment right now for me in my life. So,
what was it like watching all of that unfold?
Well, I have going back, I've been wanting to do this for my coach, and we've all wanted to do this for all of our coaches because they haven't he hasn't been able to hand the block to our coaches yet. So, dating back last year, I was actually someone asked me if I could do everything within my power to try to make this happen. So that's what I tried to do. And I'm just being able to get it done. Just being able to watch the emotional moment between the family. It got me emotional because we've just been fighting to do this since before me, but I've been helping since my sophomore year. So being able to finally accomplish it was great.
3 years on varsity for you. Obviously, there's a learning curve to be a varsity quarterback. You've learned, and next up is the regionals against Buffalo Bennett, and this is a Friday night game, 8 o'clock at New Era Field. The quarterback usually at New Era Field is a guy named Tyrod Taylor, and Tavon, I've seen enough clips that I think you have a way of beating teams with your arm and beating teams with your legs, and the statistics bear that out. Coach, what's it been like? I mean, this wasn't a surprise. This guy was the player of the year last year in Class A. Did he even exceed what you thought he could do this season?
You know, we had hoped that he could do what he's doing, but the thing about him is when I call a play, I'm so confident that if it's a pass play called, he's not going to get sacked, and he makes great decisions. So if the play's not open, he's going to run, which is not a bad thing either. So I just have the utmost confidence in him, and he just has made plays all year. We saw it. He was kind of thrown into service as a quarterback as a sophomore. Our starter broke his collarbone. We got through the game with other people. Taught him the position in 3 days of practice, and then we go out and beat a real good Brockport team to win the division. And we had it simplified, and we just have added to the offense. We've added more just because he's capable. He's so calm and cool under fire, confident. All the attributes you need to be a good leader and a quarterback, and he certainly is all of that.
And they have twice as many wins as the Bills too.
How valuable has Kenny Speed been, especially the last maybe 2 to 3 weeks? I mean, he's really.
You want to talk about that? You want me to do that?
I'll take it.
Name like Speed, he's got to be good, right?
Perfect name.
Kenny, valuable. He's probably, if not the most valuable asset on our team. Definitely one of the top 3. He makes it he makes the load a lot easier on myself, him and a lot of other guys from our team. But being able to just rely on Kenny, just put the ball in his area, and know he's gonna be able to get it. Or I know if the ball touches his hands, I always know he's gonna catch the ball. I might have more confidence in him than he has in himself. I'm just so thankful for him and our other assets on our team.
He seems more aggressive defensively too. Ball is in the air. It looks like he's trying to snatch it. So.
Oh yeah.
He's a DB.
He's a great safety. He plays safety for us. He's an outstanding run defender too. He fills the alley. He's made so many tackles at the line of scrimmage for a safety. That doesn't happen a lot. And he's 155 pounds, soaking wet.
Who are some of the other guys on the defense that don't get the name in the paper all the time? Is this guy's 15 touchdowns in the postseason? His name's in there more than mine.
Our defensive ends are really good. Kyle Benham, 6'4". They're both long, and Israel Dudley, 6'3". Both athletic, tough kids. And our linebackers are fast. Diamante Raby's in the middle. Damian Musso's an outside guy, and Johnny Johnson's the other one. And then, we've had I think our secondary. All the years I've been doing, I think it's maybe the best secondary I've ever had. With him at corner. Taj Avies is at the other side, Kenny's a safety, and Wes Helm is a strong safety. So as a unit, and then we have defensive linemen. We've got 5 defensive tackles we rotate in for those 2 spots, and those guys all go one way, most of them. So those guys are fresh. Our linebackers all go one way, which is helpful, but the DBs, those guys don't come off the field a lot.
Coach, what do we know about Buffalo Bennett at this point? That's your next opponent from Buffalo. Always has a good class of football out there. What can you tell us about that?
Big up front. They've got a kid who's committed to Boston College. He's a running back and a really good outside linebacker. They got another running back that looks like he's a tough, hard-nosed runner. Pretty much a run-first team, not a real sophisticated passing game. So we're going to have to stop the run. And they've had 2 weeks. Canandaigua was a run-first team, and so was Brighton. So, it's a similar game plan.
Is the team ready to continue to keep playing football?
James, I really wondered the same thing myself. We went to practice yesterday, and they are. We had a good, focused day of practice. They want to stay together. They want to keep it going as long as we can. I really think we are. That was great what we accomplished. It hadn't been done in a long time, but our attitude is let's keep going. Let's see how far we can, take this.
Tavon, have you let yourself even think about what it would be like to go play in the Carrier Dome sometime this fall?
Well, after Aquinas won last year, a couple of us, me and Taj and Kenny, we're really close. We watched that game together, and after they were able to do it, we kind of felt like we want to do that. Why not us? Our soccer team won state rings, so we could see the rings, and we really liked the way they look. And
it's all about the bling, right?
It's like being able to have one of those, they can just put that on, walk around with it, and everyone knows what it means. So that's why we've wanted to get back, and we've wanted to get there to the Carrier Dome, that's why I feel like that's part of the reason why when we had practice yesterday, like we're still ready to go. We're amped up because we want to keep playing.
10-0. If you get to 13-0, you're going to get those rings, right? That's it. 3 more wins.
3 more, right.
3 more for the Athena Trojans. Coach Cerone and Tavon, thanks for coming downtown. I appreciate it.
Thanks for having us.
And make sure you read all this guy's stories about Greece Athena football as we move forward. Thanks for watching Varsity Voices football right here at DemocratandChronicle.com.